Hey everybody, today I'm going to show you an inexpensive way that you could start a vegetable garden in your own home until it's time to transplant it outside. What you're going to need is some plastic cups. I got these at the dollar store. You're going to need some clear wrap. You can get this anywhere. I got this at the dollar store too, so it's inexpensive. You're going to need some dirt, which I have in this bucket right here, with one of these little plastic scoopers, but you can use anything. You can use a plastic spoon or your hands if you want to. And this dirt, I got 50 pounds of dirt for $7 at a local hardware store. So, you're going to need some tape, and you're going to need seeds. And I have, as you can see here, I have a bunch of seeds that I got. Most of them were $1 or less, depending on obviously what you want to grow. The only thing I grow is stuff I can eat. But you could grow plants, you could grow flowering plants, you could grow food, whatever you like. So what you do is, you take one of the plastic cups, and you fill the bottom of it with either rocks. I'm using styrofoam, and then when I transplant it, what I do is I just throw the styrofoam out, or I put it in a bag and I reuse it. So I broke up some styrofoam that came in a package that I got in the mail. Then you're going to take some dirt, and you're going to fill the cup about halfway up. Then after you fill it halfway up, you're going to take whatever seed you want. Right now I'm going to take some peas, because they're easy. Just take 2 peas, make a little hole with your finger, about, I would say, a ½ inch to 1 inch deep. Drop the seeds in it. I'll put one there, and I'll put one here. And then just cover it over with dirt and press it down with your finger. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take water and you're going to water it. But you don't want to make it soggy. You just want to make it moist. Now after you have the seed in here, what I like to do is I have these little labels and I write down what I just planted in there, because if you don't, you're not going to know what it is for a long time. And that's only if you know what the plant looks like. If not, you're going to be completely lost. So you write down what the name of it is on this little label, and you stick it on here. Now, if you don't want to buy labels, you could just write it on a little piece, on a little square of paper, and just tape it on with tape. You don't have to get expensive with it. It could be as cheap as you want. So now, after you put the seeds in there and you water it, you put the name of it on it. You take a piece of the Saran wrap, the plastic wrap that you bought at the dollar store. You put it over the top of it, and you tape it. You go all around it with tape, so that the whole top of it is covered with the plastic wrap. And then once you do that, you'll have something that looks like this. Now, after you have it in here, what you're going to do is you're going to put it in a grow box. So I'll show you that right now. So what you do is you get a heat lamp, or you just get any kind of light, and you just want it to point down on the plant so that they are hot. So this is my heat box right here. I just have a regular box, a regular cardboard box. I have all the planters in it, and I have the light, a heat light, just pointing straight down on it to keep them warm and to keep the water cycle going. Now, the reason that you put the plastic on top of it is so that it makes a mini greenhouse, so you don't have to water them. You should check them every now and then to make sure they're not drying out, but you shouldn't have to water them until you're ready to move on to the next step. Now, after a while, you'll notice that the plant reaches the top, reaches the cellophane. So once you do that, you take another empty cup that you got. It's got to be the same size as the one that you put them in. You take it, you open the plant up, and you put it on top of it like this, and you tape around it. So now you have a little dome on top for the plant to grow in. And after you do that, you'll have something that looks like this. As you can see, this one has a plant in it. This is corn, but you could grow anything in there. So, that little dome, it started out in this bottom, and it grew up. When it reached the top, I put the dome on, and I taped around it, so it will keep the water in there. I put it back under the heat, and it'll keep the cycle going. And that's pretty much it. That's all you need to know. Now, eventually, when it gets too big, you're going to take it out, and you're going to transplant it when it gets warmer outside. After there's no more threat of a frost, you can transplant it to outside. And that's how to grow a homemade garden on the cheap. So, rate this video if you like it. Even if you hate it, rate it anyhow, and pass it along to your friends if you think that it would be useful to them. Thank you for watching, and come back soon.